Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about a topic that what is hybrid project management. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam of PMP in near future. So this is a very interesting and important topic for you. So let's start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. So friend, delivering projects on time, on budget and on quality has been and will always be the core challenge every project manager faces. Critical path method CPM has been de facto standard when planning and executing projects, which is the fundamental approach to classical or waterfall project management. On the other hand, agile project management is being pioneered and is getting more traction when the incremental approach is favored while focusing on customer needs. In most cases, both these methods are equally valuable and useful. As such, more project managers are merging them to create a hybrid project management approach that utilizes both. Hybrid project management is a technique where high level project phases are planned using the waterfall approach and project phase work, actual task execution, is done in the agile way as defined by pmi.org. It is rather easy to draw conclusions that some of the above mentioned challenges can be cured by combining agile and waterfall into one. The result of the combination is also logical, but achieving that combo is not easy or trivial. Hence, certain conventions must be established. While there are many project management methodologies to choose from or even combine, in our humble opinion, there are only two real contenders based on popularity and their inherent differences: waterfall and agile. To be able to make a reasonable choice, first we should understand the specifics of each methodology. Essential specifics arising from waterfall project management are higher cost of change, learning and steering is complicated, end goal is defined very early, effort demanding planning and progress tracking, higher risk for projects where there is numerous unknowns, not focused on early value confirmation, requires significant experience from project team, and goal centric, can be positive or negative depending on project type. Essential specifics arising from agile project management makes project contracts more complex, requires both project requesters, sponsors and project team to be aligned on the approach, not suitable for projects with strict deadlines where phases or stages are well known, requires significant experience from project team, harder to follow and estimate in the early days, customer centric, can be positive or negative depending on project type. So before we dive into actual hybrid project management tools, we need to clearly understand what is the logical way of merging these two ideologies or methodologies. This is why we simple example to get you to up to the speed with this potentially game changing approach. Waterfall for planning. First of all, we will use the waterfall approach only for high level deadlines, deliverables and contracts with customers. Agree only on top level things like final deadlines, milestones, deliverables or classical project phases. Identify phases of project where agile can come in. The rule here could be if the phase duration is longer than a month, it is worth switching to agile, otherwise just go for classic. Agile for execution. Secondly, introduce agile execution cycles for project tasks. Identify project work types and try to break down them in tasks which are less than a day. Create a prioritized work backlog which fulfills project phase or whole project goal or milestone. Agree to work in iterations, sprints of 2 or 4 weeks. 2 weeks is good if less experienced team and more alignment is required. Before every iteration, plan with what your project team will work on by taking prioritized items from work backlog. Estimate every task so you know how many you can fit into single sprint. In the end of every sprint, do a retrospective, what went well and what can be improved. Capture metrics on how many tasks and total estimation was completed. Use captured completion metrics to adjust your next sprint planning. Combine metrics and practices for progress reporting. Finally, make sure you can monitor progress and steer accordingly by having tools such as project burn down chart to visualize progress. Perform daily status meetings to check if work is being completed according on sprint goal or planned work. Do project status checks against deliverables and project goals. Involve stakeholders in project communication and progress reports after each sprint to showcase value delivered. Agile ceremonies for continuous improvement. It is highly recommended to follow best practices of agile ceremonies to ensure there is a process in place to continuously raise the quality of work being done and approaches being taken. Shortlist, which is not limited to, of suggested ceremonies, practices or meetings. Daily status checks with project team. Backlog refinement and prioritization. Sprint planning. Sprint retrospective. Example of hybrid project management in IT are: the simplest example of hybrid project management can be given with a traditional IT project where it is required to develop software alongside its infrastructure. While it is natural to go for Scrum in the software part, it is not so in the infrastructure part. Procurement, vendor management and installation are classical waterfall with dependencies. Hence, we provide this oversimplified example just to visualize the idea of how such a hybrid approach can work. Now, how and when to implement the hybrid project management? Everything depends on the different aspects actually. Is it possible to define high level project phases and their goals? Can you choose the way you work freely? Do you have people who are well experienced in Agile? Can you agree with project requester that only high level plan will be present and detailed work will be not included in contract? Is the rest of project team experienced with Agile ways of working, for example prioritizing backlog, planning short sprints, estimating in story points, retrospecting? If you have ticked or you answered with a yes of all these questions, then you have the potential to run your projects the hybrid way and enjoy the benefits of hybrid project management. If not, then you should perform necessary actions to make a majority of those points a yes before starting your first project. Having knowledge is not enough, especially when combining techniques or methodologies. You need well seasoned people who will steer the process and project both on bright and dark days. From our experience, the hardest part could be to convince project stakeholders to do it differently, especially if stakeholders are external parties. Aligning and proposing the benefits can be a project in itself actually. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you, friends.